Hey, good morning, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm your host, BKP. And there is the phone number on the screen and the email address. Got the little extra effects here, maybe the barking dog in the background. Yeah, that could happen around here. Trust me. And there is all the social media ways to follow the show. Now, it takes me just a second when I'm not in my day-to-day studio to get focused. And like I said, we got a little background noise with the little pooch in the background barking. So let's say this morning, what impeachment? How many times a day can somebody say impeachment and look at it in so many different ways? So obviously there's nothing new here. The hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media is not going to investigate in any detail on anything. Okay. The media yells questions and they call themselves journalists. They yell questions as the president's heading out on the lawn of the White House lawn there to get on Marine Force One. And they yell questions about the whistleblower. Real journalists would investigate this all the way through. Now, as many have said, what has happened here and really took place is Trump has flown too close to the sun, is what they're calling it. He's too close to the sun here. He almost touched right on and unravel everything that's happened in the Ukraine, where Hillary, Brennan, Eric Ciamella, the whistleblower, he's touched on every rail of Biden, and they had to pull the emergency alarm switch. They did. Break in case of emergency. They couldn't wait another day because Trump touched that rail in that phone call. All right. Vindman, if that's his name, if that's your real name, Vindman, let me just say this. We're going to get on some other things here because I've got my pictures up here. Let me just find one of him very quickly. Just anyone. Go to number 23. This fully decorated colonel, number 3 here, 23. I'm sorry, 23. Vindman. Oh, there's my White Sox again under the table. I keep forgetting my White Sox show up in here, but you're just going to have to go with it. Okay. Redneck, White Sox, and Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. But here, this guy here is a never Trumper, and he's on the phone call. Never Trumper Vindman is on the phone call. Democrat, never Trumper, political partisan colonel is on the phone call. He goes to Secret Service operative number 7, Eric Ciamella. That's number 7. Eric Ciamella. Now, let me say this, and I don't think I want to get into it now. When everybody says he went directly to Shift, I actually believe he did not. And I will tell you later why I believe that. But there is the whistleblower. So the phone call happens. Number 23, Vindman, I think that's his name, right? Vindman. He is on the phone. He is actually on the phone call. He runs to number 7, Eric Ciamella. Eric Ciamella has a nice connection to our number 2, John Brennan, and they go and formulate and file a whistleblower complaint. Because as soon as Vindman heard this on the phone, now other people being interviewed said, I heard it. I was a little concerned. I was like, oh, Mr. President, do you really need to go there? Whatever. Nothing that alarming that I had to go report it. You got to understand, all the other people testifying didn't have to go report it. Nothing that alarming. But these here. So we're going to look into that because they're yelling questions on the White House lawn. about. So when I say start, we're already 8:05. Did you see this anywhere in the Sunday news reports? Any Sunday shows? Have you seen this morning? CBS, ABC, Good Morning America. I mean, these are the things, what I'm about to show you. This is something that if happened during Obama, CNN would have full 1 hour shows highlighting how this took place, how great it is. MSNBC, CNN, CBS, ABC, they would all be doing segments this morning. If President Obama's in office and this happens, now wait for it, and this happens, you would have heard nothing else but this on the Sunday shows. You would have heard nothing else but this all morning long, and they would blow this up. Give me number 15. I can't see the screen, so give me number 15. All right. Black unemployment hits record low. The jobless rate for African Americans fell from 5.5 to 5.4. The lowest on record dating back to 1972. The healthy job market is boosting the fortunes. Boosting the fortunes of Black people and other groups that have struggled. Now leave that up for a minute because I want to see where I got that article from. Well, I got that from a USA Today. Okay. So leave that one up there a minute. Black unemployment. Now, the only reason I want to do this is because job numbers hit higher than expected. Okay. Now, when you start looking at the wins against you, I mean, if you are walking north and south winds are coming at 40, 50 hurricane strength, and you're trying to move forward, I mean, I know this sounds silly, but just that is the best example I can get is this administration, President Donald Trump, the American economy, each and everything he's tried to do and trying to do for this country is got headwinds like you would not believe. I mean, this guy is walking into a 100 mile an hour plus a Cat 5 hurricane from the media 7 days a week. I mean, it's a wonder we have an economy. It's a wonder they have not exploded it and put the hand grenade in the economy. They're trying everything they can. I mean, they're trying everything to dismantle this economy. Let me go to, let's see what I got on this one. Give me number 9. Number 9, the Wall Street Journal. U.S. adds 128,000 jobs in October, beating expectations, right? That's number 9. Let's look at number 13. Give me number 13. GM strike expected to cloud Friday's job report. Now, they were setting up the failure, okay? Because this GM strike, let me show you this, okay? This is the Wall Street Journal, okay? And this was several days ago. Let me see if I get the date on this. Okay, this is November 1st. The Labor Department will issue its broadest measure of U.S. jobs market on Friday, providing an update on the state of the labor market amid a broader easing of the economic growth. Economists expect the jobs report will show show employment, my apology, adding 75,000 to payroll during the month, and the unemployment rate tick up to 3.6 with a sizable impact from the United Auto Workers strike against GM expected to cloud the outlook. Here is what to watch for. Okay, that was the expected. All right, they had it all ready. Every bit of it was ready. Now let's look at, let's see, that was 13. Okay, let's go to 14. Economists hail 14. Economists hail October surprise as jobs growth beats expectations. Beats expectations. Okay, folks, no one runs out to the White House lawn. Okay, no one runs out to the White House lawn and says, Mr. President, Mr. President. I mean, maybe I missed it. I don't watch the whole thing. Sometimes I just get a chance to do bits and pieces and clips of what they yell at the president as he's trying to get on Marine Force One. But are they out there? Mr. President, can you comment on the jobs report actually beating expectations in October, even though the winds against you are a Cat 5 hurricane, and everyone in every news report is trying to do everything they can to destroy the economy and make it look bad and the future very grim? Can you comment on that? What about black unemployment? Do you think that black unemployment has ticked down because Kanye West is now a Christian and singing Christian songs? I mean, it's just crazy as hell. I mean, it's flat out crazy as hell. Nobody said anything. Look, I'm going to take a little break because I'm going to get ready here to do some other things. I wanted to open with the jobs report, flat out. I wanted to open with the jobs report and say, where is any of the media with black unemployment, let alone other struggling demographics in this country? It's just not there. It's a total disgrace. Okay. Now we have, let me put up a picture, and we're gonna, like I said, I wanted to open with the jobs report. I wanted to talk about it, and we're going to get into what the whistleblower is doing. Obviously, the whistleblower. Now the Democrats, they have, and let me find a picture here this morning. I had a picture of Nancy Pelosi, I thought, but if I don't, it's okay. We won't fret if we don't have a picture of Nancy. What do we have here? Let me see what this one says. No. Mr. President, do you know that the whistleblower, how do you know he's a never Trumper? You don't ask the president, how do you know he's a never Trumper? Go do the research yourself and come back and tell the American people he's a never Trumper. Okay, how do you know that? I'll tell you what, let me go with this. Now, let me go. Wait a minute. I want to get with Nancy Pelosi for a minute. I want to. I definitely, and I know I have a picture somewhere, and I'm going to find it. I know Nervous Nancy is out there somewhere in my group of pictures. Take just a second. Please stay with me. But Frances O'Rourke is out. Yeah, number 69. Give me 69. Now, she is the head of the Democrat Party, period, point blank. And I watched all the morning shows because I wanted to hear the new narrative they're going to put out, okay? And Pelosi and all of them are dark cloud. They're trying to tell the American people, all the Democrats, like, we really did not want to do this. Now, obviously, there's enough video out there that Pelosi said we can't do this unless it's bipartisan. Well, obviously, they've switched that. It was down party lines. None of the media is talking about the two Democrats, one from New Jersey. oh, where's the second one from? I forget, but the two Democrats that voted against their resolution to move forward with an impeachment inquiry. But anyhow, Pelosi and all of them said it had to be bipartisan. Now they're telling the American people they did everything they could to present the evidence. You see, when they say it's not bipartisan, they want you to believe, well, it shouldn't be bipartisan. Republicans just can't get past seeing the evidence. The evidence has not affected them. Okay. But it's a gloomy day, and they want to present like it's the last thing we wanted to do. Pelosi has obviously told her caucus, look, we got to go out there and say it's like the last thing we wanted to do. It's a sad day. There's no cause for joy. It's a solemn day in America, okay? They all went out. I'm looking at a couple more, made a couple notes during yesterday's show. They all went out yesterday and talked on the morning shows. What a sad day it was. We intended to have. It's a sobering moment in American history. Meet the press, sobering moment in American history. Sad day. We never intended this moment. We wish we did. Schiff says, Adam Shifty Schiff, as the president calls him, I find no joy in this. I get no joy in this. Really? So one, the Democrats want to lead you to believe that it's such a sad day, and they did everything. They want the American people in all this new polling to believe they did everything they could to prevent it coming to this. But they have no choice. They must save the democracy, as they always do and always choose to. One more thing you got to remember is they're doing these behind closed doors, and we'll talk about that in a minute. They're doing these depositions behind closed doors. They're yelling at Democrats Republicans, that they were behind closed doors in Benghazi. How dare them, with Ambassador Stevens being dead and killed and drugged through the streets, and the lies they told in that. But anyhow, they're doing it behind closed doors. Then they have this sham of an impeachment referendum vote on the rules. And the rules are, we're going to lie to the American people and let the American people say the president has an opportunity to call witnesses and cross-examine witnesses. The Republicans have an opportunity to subpoena witnesses. It's all a lie. Every single thing Schiff and Nadler want to do, they can deny the Republicans everything. So don't believe that. And here is the interesting thing that you're going to hear, okay, is they had to do all of this. Now, the truth is they had to do all of this to shape the narrative to present. That's when the public hearings, all day yesterday, everybody on the shows. When are you going to have the public? Oh, they're soon. When are you going to have the public hearings? Oh, they're soon. The translation is they're totally shaping the narrative to present to you, the American people. Yesterday it was said, we present the evidence in a way. We need to present the evidence in a way the American people can understand it. Listen to the way you're being treated. They're going to present it in a way you can understand it. When we get done and we come out in public, you'll understand it. We're going to present the truth in a way the American people can understand it. It's important that we lay it out where the American people can understand it's a matter of national security. What the hell? What the hell? So the American people can understand it. So that's what they're trying to craft, is your understanding of what's going on. Tomorrow's election day, folks. And in Gilmer County, there is a in Gilmer County, there's post one, I think it's post one commissioner race. Gilmer County post one commissioner, there's 5 candidates. Now, I held interviews we offered all 5 candidates an interview. So today at noon, We have put them on our YouTube channel. We ran them last week. We ran live. Today, what we are going to do is we're going to go on our Facebook page, Fetch Your News Facebook page, and we're going to run them live on Facebook, each and every one individually, starting at noon. So number 10 is Al Cash. Okay, he's a candidate. Number 11 is Jerry Tuso. He is a candidate. And number 12 is Jason Biggs. He is a candidate. And those are the three candidates that interviewed with me. Dr. Ed Stover has never returned any emails or phone calls to fetchyournews.com for anything, for any reason. And Hubert Parker declined our offer. With giving us no reason. He was busy that day. So we don't have an actual reason why he didn't talk to you, the voters. And no matter how that sounds like, that's the way I tell every one of these candidates. It's not a matter you're not talking to me. You're not talking to the voters. So we're going to run those interviews today at noon. I've got to get out early today, as you well know, at 10:10 every Monday morning. Lauren Hunter with Team FYN Sports Instant Replay on Team FYN Sports Facebook page. So I got to get out today at 9:50 for her to be ready at 10:10. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a brief break, and when we return, when we get back, we'll talk about all the polling data they put out and the whistleblower, the Never Trumper. Take a short break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey, folks, good morning. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Can we move the graphic, make it smaller, or the graphics, or do I have to move? Because we'll see what happens. It's okay, but some of the pictures, this graphic's okay, but some of the pictures are over me. Not a big deal. I don't want to try to mess things up. Everything's going so well. I really appreciate Destiny's doing a great job. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. There's the phone number on the screen. You can reach me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Chief@betyournews.com and social media. Okay, so polling data is flying all over the place. Now, every time, and what I'm trying to look at here is they're actually, we all know they're trying to undo the last election and influence the next election. You have polling data out there already as Mike Pence for president. You do. There's polling data out there. There's media, deep state, corporate, corrupt media that is pretending to like Mike Pence now in a way to make it sound like he's the, alternative to Trump and removal from office. Now, I told you a couple of weeks ago, okay? I said this several weeks ago. It's the removal from office, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, I believe the president when he says the polls are fake. We're going to look at those comments in a minute. I do not believe, okay, that the American people want President Trump removed from office. I do not. I do not believe in any way, shape, or form. I believe the media when they say, and this is what is being said, we present the evidence in a way the American people can understand it. I have to tell you, that is very clear on what they're doing, have been doing, currently doing, and plan to do is to continue to move the narrative, hoping you'll understand what they're saying. Now, the one thing I'm going to say is the other side of that. Okay. If you could take 2 minutes, all right, and yell out the president's phone call with the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, he asked him to look into his political opponent and investigate his political opponent. And at that point, he would release, funding, military funding aid from our government that has already been approved. Once that is done in that phone call, and he targeted a political opponent. Now, I kindly butchered that up a little bit, but you can write that narrative in a couple lines and keep pushing it. Now, the truth of the matter, thankfully, we have Durham and we have Barr, William Barr, the Attorney General, and we have the Inspector General's report that we're waiting to come out. But the other side of that is complicated because there's a lot of moving parts. I mean, what about this right here? Okay, if you sit down and you told people, hang tight, give me number 4. Okay, seeing with Hillary Clinton, right? 4. Let's go to 5. See this guy with Bill Clinton yucking it up. See that? Oh, by the way, Epstein's dead. Didn't commit suicide. I trust Dr. Biden. Yeah, didn't commit suicide. He's dead. So this guy's yucking it up with Clinton. And here he is. Did I ask for number 5? Here's number 5. And here's number 6. Now, really quickly, let's see what I have here. That's not it. That's not it. All right, that's October jobs report. I hope I didn't get rid of it. I may have accidentally removed this, and I hope not. This guy gave $25 million to the Clinton Foundation, and I'll get it in a minute. Okay, I will get it in a minute on that. But what I'm saying is, this can get pretty complicated on our side, but we're the ones with the evidence. See, it's the opposite. And I know what you're saying out there. Wait a minute, you can't just say that. It's the total opposite. Right now, they are yelling louder than we are. We're trying. Scalia comes out, he tries. Kevin McCarthy comes out, he tries. Poor little Kevin comes out, he tries. Doug Collins comes out, he's doing a great job. Congressman Collins wants to call Schiff as the first witness for the Judiciary Committee. Hey, if you want to act like Ken Starr, okay, then come up and answer the questions. They're trying to yell it through the 150-mile headwinds, as I talked about in the first segment. But then you have Democrats that they allow to say this. Any good journalist would stop this and would say, we want to present the evidence in a way that the American people can understand it. Any good journalist on Sunday morning would say, but you say the evidence. What evidence do you have other than opening statements? What do you have? You have some opening statements. What evidence do you have? Sir, if you're talking about the evidence and you're talking about Vindom, do you know number one? Put up number one, okay? You can go on Twitter and find this. RTC Jim Hickman, okay, verbally reprimanded him for his superior verbally reprimanded him for his actions, and I'll leave it at that, so as to not be unprofessional myself. The bottom line is LTC Lieutenant Colonel Vindman was a partisan Democrat at least as far back as 2012, so much so junior officers and soldiers felt uncomfortable around him. Where's the media with that? Hey, you say you're going to present the evidence in a way the American people can understand it. You're going to present the truth in a way the American people can understand it. It's important that we lay it out so that the American people can understand it. Listen to that. Read that real slow. It's important that we lay it out so the American people will understand it. Really? The evidence? The truth? What evidence? You have opening statements. We know that Vindman, full colonel with his uniform on, to create a narrative, a visual. He wanted to create a visual. I know this is getting old. You'll say, you keep saying, that's all he was doing was creating that visual. How can you go wrong? You just add this line, Vindman, and later we're going to find out that this guy here, number 7, Eric Ciamella, okay, whistleblower inside the White House, a spy. This is not a whistleblower. These are spies. Brennan and Clapper, number 2, John Brennan, former director of CIA, has put these people in place. This guy is a spy, not a whistleblower. And then he finds Vindman, which I understand we're going to go around and around about that. So maybe they're going to put it in a way the American people can understand it. Here is what I want to get to. I brought you the story. I want to change gears for just a second. Now, the media is out this morning with polling numbers. Folks, in order to continue to carry the narrative that Trump asked Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, to investigate. Okay, you remember there was a time when people wanted to know the truth about the 2016 election. You remember there was a time they acted as though they would love to know the truth about the DNC hacked server. There was a time when they acted as though anybody, anywhere, China, no matter who it is, that meddles in our elections for the benefit of Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump was wrong. There was a time. That time is not now. Because all President Trump said on that phone call is, look, we think someone in your country may have done some meddling. Can you look at it for us? And all hell is broke loose. We know that. You know that. Okay? Sorry about that. Anyhow, that's all that's happened here, and they've gone nuts. And they plan to spin it around in a way that they think you can understand it. Absolutely. Let me say this, the polling data, all right? I have said this weeks on end, and to the point that you are so tired of hearing it. Biden is not Trump's political opponent. Now, there was a time when the media started to say, well, white people are not afraid of Biden. Okay. White Democrats that voted for Trump feel comfortable around Biden. They have done everything else, everything they could to set the narrative up. Biden doesn't even know where he's at when he's on stage, okay? But they've done everything to set the narrative up that Trump, it's his opponent, Biden. He's not a political opponent. We've talked about that how many times? He has never been a political opponent. Do your own research, okay? So let's look at polling. And I'll tell you why it's not important that it's okay, that it's good polling. It's just important to look at. This is Meet the Press, number 68. Number 68, general election matchups. They want you to believe that Biden beats Trump 50-41. It's number 68. Warren beats him 50-42, even though she's released that it would cost, what, how many trillions of dollars for you to be able to have a card to get your cold checkup. Look, major triple bypass surgeries, major surgeries in this country will become absolutely nothing more than a true luxury. I know what you're saying. Are you saying we won't have triple bypass surgeries? We won't have hearts? No, I'm not saying that. But trust me, the health care they want to provide you is sniffles and sneezes and allergies and the flu and you broke your arm, fell out of the tree, little Johnny healthcare. That's what they want to provide you with. Anyhow, here's number 68, general election matchups, right? Why? They have to continue to keep. Why is Biden? You're wondering, why is Biden up on Trump? There will be polling data out there to sustain this for a while, as long as the narrative on impeachment is getting rid of Donald Trump based on him asking a foreign country to investigate a political opponent, Joe Biden. Those polling numbers are going to stay up. You think it should be the opposite, that if they went down, it would look like Trump was working. No, they got to continue the narrative that Biden is a political opponent. If in any time whatsoever it looks like Biden was never or is not a political opponent or not a threat at all to Trump, it could add to the fact that Trump is just asking the question for the reason for the American people and our money. But right now, they have to continue to make him look like a political opponent, a serious one, a front runner. Number 67, President Trump's job performance approval, 45%. Do you realize, according to the corrupt media, he's never had over a 42 or 46%, according to them, since the day he took office? pretty happy with the 45 if that's what the case is they're trying to sell. Let me go to another one here. I want to get into the impeachment now. I want to get into and removal from office. I think that's Fox. Give me number 57 really quick. Fox News. House Republicans have also held closed-door investigations. Chris Wallace. Impeachment. All morning long. All right? Number 59. Let's go to 59. To the best of your knowledge, did President Trump ask Ukraine to probe rivals? 60%. We never get an opportunity to have these polls based on real questions. Hold aid to pressure Ukraine. 52% say yes. Let's go to 61. Should President Trump be impeached and removed from office? Impeached and removed, 49%. Early October was 51. It's now down to 49. No impeached, not impeached, 41. Fox is doing everything they can to move the needle in the way they want. 64. Concerns about the phone call. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, okay, when we come back, let's look at the whistleblower and some other things going on that we need to cover this morning. Let's just take a break, okay? And we'll be right back after these messages.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Better days ahead. October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business, and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, 706-889-9700. And there is the email address, chief@fetchernews.com, and all the social media ways you can follow the show. Now, it always takes me, and I appreciate it, always takes me just a minute. I get used to being in studio. And then I'm back on location. Now, just a little side note, tomorrow's election day. That shouldn't be a side note, but tomorrow's election day, and we have 3 candidates running for office there. Well, 5 in the, we have 5 candidates running for post 1 commissioner to fill the term of recently resigned post commissioner, recently resigned post commissioner Dallas Miller. So that being said, tomorrow's election day, and you, Gilmer County, will go choose the candidate that you would like to finish that term. Also, where I'm at, you can look it up on the there's a township, and in some states they have townships. Now let's not get into that. You know, they're within counties. You have cities, you have townships, and they're within counties, and they're corporated. Some of these townships are corporated, meaning they have their own police department, they have their own fire department, they have their own road department. They do their own planning and zoning. They do their own planning and zoning, permits, building permits, whatever the case may be. And also, they set their property tax rates in their townships. Okay. That being said, my brother, Jerry, you guys met him on the show several years ago, but my brother, Jerry, is running for township supervisor. So tomorrow, I'll let you know now, tomorrow, Rick and Bruce will be doing the show. I appreciate them very much. They will be standing in, doing a live show. I know Rick has put a lot of time into researching the whistleblower, Eric Ciaramella, and John Brennan, and where all of this comes together and ties together. I know he's done that. But anyhow, they will be doing the show tomorrow morning in studio there in LJ. So I can help my brother work. I'm going to work a poll. So I always tell you I don't endorse candidates, right? So I always got to be careful when I do something of that nature. I got to come back, but it's not right there at home. I'm not endorsing candidates, and I'm going to be at a poll in the morning at 7 a.m. shivering in the cold as voters come up and say, hey, would you vote for my brother? And then when I hand them the thing and say, will you vote for my brother? I'm going to go, oh my God, did I really just ask them to do that? I made a joke the other day and he got a little angry at me. I said, you know, you're going to get elected. I think you'll get elected. And then the first thing they're going to do there, just like Donald Trump, they're going to start trying to impeach you. Well, you know, he got all worked up. But that is tomorrow's show. And then I will be back Wednesday morning. So that being said, let's go to number 7. And this is Eric Ciaramella, the whistleblower. Okay. Now, just to say this is the whistleblower. You can look him up. I have 2 hours a day, and then on Mondays, I only have an hour and 50 minutes. So you could go look Eric up, look at his background, look who he's worked for. He's worked for Biden. And then you go look at number 2, Brennan, okay? And look at Brennan, number 2 there, that former CIA director. Now, I'm gonna send you to an article, because just like the article that Rick brought up on air, I think it was last Friday or maybe Friday before last, redstate.com is doing an outstanding job piecing everything together. But this article on Zero Hedge, okay, and that's what the website is, zerohedge.com, it says, Brennan's spy, ? New theories emerge about Trump-Ukraine whistleblower. So yesterday I watched all the shows because I wanted to see their narrative. And I do that every day. # deep state corporate corrupt media. I want to see the narrative they're running. And I cannot believe they stand out in the White House lawn and launch these questions. And I think the president should go back and say, you know, if you guys are going to come here and launch these questions, why don't you go research some of the questions you're asking me before you launch them? President Trump, now that we know the whistleblower, is that one of the ways you think that Vandam if that's his name, is a never Trumper. I mean, put a couple things together than just yelling. How do you know he's the never Trumper? You know that. You're the journalist. You know that. So anyhow, so yesterday I wanted to go and I wanted to hear what they're going to frame, and they're going to do a couple things. First of all, right up to Thanksgiving, this is going to backfire really bad. It is. It's going to backfire really bad on that, I think. I've been a little iffy on if it's going to work for them, backfire on them, how it was going to come down. I think it's going to backfire. It's going to be on party lines, and the American people are not going to understand it, because here's what they're doing. Number one is they're presenting this is not a day of joy. This is nothing I get no joy out of. This is a sombering moment in American history. I mean, this is a sad day. All of that. They got the black clouds rolling over this right now and how sad it is. Then we are going to present the evidence in a way the American people can understand it. It's important that we lay it out so you can understand it. I think what they're going to do is when they get done, the only thing the American people are going to be able to frame in a box, so the president called this guy and said, hey, is there any truth to this investigation? I mean, I really don't think the American people are going to say, well, what are you talking about? Is this really something we're going to get him out of office for? I don't understand. All right. And then the little things are going to start dropping. Let me tell you something, and whether you think this would ever happen or not, you let one of these guys get indicted, you have to do the story. You let one of these guys get handcuffed, you have to do the story. Now, all week, okay, Thursday, John Brennan, they're talking about people that are not going to show up. They want to make it look like to the American people that we have all this evidence, but Trump's preventing these people from showing up. Bullcrap. They got it set up for Thursday. Subpoena or no subpoena, whatever. They got it set up for Thursday for Bolton to come in, the mustache. Bolton goes in. All right. Bolton goes in and trashes the president of the United States. It says this isn't an impeachable offense and he should be impeached. I mean, he just goes in and goes for the throat of the president of the United States. Then John Bolton is totally finished. Totally. His career is done. Totally finished. He might as well go out in somewhere, where it's at Topeka, Kansas, or just somewhere in one of them little subdivisions in the middle of nowhere in Oklahoma, and buy his little house, and nobody knows who he is down at the Shop and Save when he goes down to get his hamburger buns. Nobody. He's done if he does that. So they're hanging on that. All right. And they're going to frame it in a way you can understand it. And when you're going to say, so the shoe's about to drop. And what are they going to do with it? So Brennan Spy, new theories. I don't know what picture you still got. I hope you still got what's his name up there. Okay. So let's go back to, because the article's name is number 7. Okay. And this article has all the links to the red state, all the links to the other articles, like a really good article is Schumer warns Trump, Intel officials have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. That's right. Schumer said, right, these articles are out there. All right. The latest, the new leader of the Democrats in the Senate says Donald Trump is being really dumb for picking a fight with the intelligence offices officials, suggesting they have ways to strike back after the president-elect speculated Tuesday to his so-called briefing about Russian cyber attacks had been delayed in order to build a case. Let me tell you, You take on the intelligence community. They have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you, said Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer Tuesday evening on MSNBC, Rachel Maddow. All right. January 3rd, 2017. January 3rd, 2017. They got 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you, Schumer said. Oh, yeah. So if you go to this article, Brennan spies, new theories emerge about Trump-Ukraine whistleblower. Now, obviously, you don't like it, so I won't read the whole thing. As Democrats seek to impeach President Trump over the high crimes of asking Ukraine to investigate his political opponents, theories have emerged suggesting the whole thing is 6 ways from Sunday operation, as Chuck Schumer said in 2017, by intelligence community holdovers and establishment Democrats to remove a sitting president who is starting to fly too close to the sun. Holdovers, the spies inside the White House. Spies inside the White House. Trump is too close to the sun here. And they've in case of emergency, after Trump asked his Ukrainian counterpart on July 25th to investigate pro-Clinton Ukrainian meddling into the 26th U.S. election. That's what he asked. Could you investigate into the meddling of the election? There was a time when I thought we wanted to know that. And allegations of corruption, allegations of corruption. Not, hey, can you dig up some dirt? Do you got some guys that'll work for me undercover and dig up some dirt? No, he said it out loud. See, the thing is Trump knows damn people are on the phone. There's only 2 things, and I'm going to tell you what I think. There's only 2 things on this phone call. Trump is the dumbest damn man there ever was, there ever is, whatever. Dumbest guy in the world, or he's the smartest guy in the world. I'm going to go with smart. He knows he's got 10 guys sitting on the telephone. Okay? He knows that. He knows who's listening. He knows who's going to run right out and tell. He knows that the whole time. He knows how close he is to the sun and what he's about to touch. He knows. He knows what William Barr has. He knows what Durham has. He knows what Whitaker has. He knows what a lot of them have and produced and have ready. He knows, I believe that very well. I think when he gets on the phone. You know how you will tell somebody something to see how fast it comes back? I've done it. I do it all the time. I'll call somebody up, tell them something. I mean, you thinking now like, oh no, next time he calls me, but I'll tell you, I call somebody up and tell something, I hang up the phone. So I wonder how long before that gets back to me. And I watch. Yeah, I don't care to tell it. So Trump knows that when he's on the phone, he's not a dummy. After Trump asked Ukraine counterpart on 25th, and corruption against Joe Biden and his son Hunter, a CIA officer who worked with the DNC meddler, who is the DNC meddler, and Joe Biden filed a secondhand whistleblower complaint on a recently altered form, which previously allowed only for firsthand. First, let's take a deeper look at the whistleblowers reported by investigative reporter Paul Sperry to be Eric Ciaramello from Red State. Now, this is a great story. And here's the thing. He is a CIA analyst. All right, couple things. He submitted a whistleblower complaint on August 12th. All right. Vindham went straight to him and told. The colonel, he's a registered Democrat. This guy is Eric. Do we have Eric up? Let's leave Eric up. Okay. I want to make sure. Who do we have there? Let me go right here. Yeah, leave Eric up. This is Eric. Okay. He worked for Joe Biden. Let's stay with that. Okay. He's a CIA analyst who specialized in Russia and Ukraine. He ran the Ukraine desk at the National Security Council. He was detailed over to the NSC in the summer of 2015 and worked for then National Security Advisor Susan Rice. He worked for former Vice President. Now listen to this very close. He worked for former Vice President Joe Biden when he served as the Obama administration's point man for Ukraine. He may have flown over to Ukraine, may have, with Biden on Air Force Two. He was his point man during this corruption that Biden is getting involved in. Yes, he worked for former CIA Director John Brennan and appeared to have been a highly valued employee. In June 2017, then National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster appointed EC to his personal aide. Let's take a short break, come back, and we're going to pick this up right here. This is not an article that you can't pick up and read later. You could do all this research, but don't listen to they're going to take the evidence and present it in a way you can understand it. This is the evidence, folks. We're talking about it. You need to learn it. You need to learn it so you can go talk about it. I'm your host, BKP. Take a short break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
All right, I don't know what happened there. I got word that the camera was froze, and now I'm on card. I hope everything's okay here. And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, we have to get out of the way at 9:50. We have to get out of the way at 9:50. So, sorry for that long delay. Me getting back here for Lauren Hunter, Instant Replay with Lauren Hunter. That's at 10:10 on Team FYN Sports Facebook page. So let's go ahead and continue talking about this. Let's go back to number 2, Brennan. And remember, well, number 7, I'm sorry, Eric Charamella. He's the whistleblower. And he worked for number 2, Brennan. And then let's go back to number 7. He worked for former Vice President Joe Biden when he served as the Obama administration point man for Ukraine. This guy did, Eric Charamella. He may have flown to the Ukraine with Biden on Air Force Two. He worked for former CIA Director John Brennan and appeared to have been a highly valued employee. In June 2017, the National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster appointed Eric Charamella to be his personal aide. I remember Friday, I deferred to Jane a lot and let her talk because she was not, when McMaster got the job, NSA director, she was not happy about it. And she was on to it. Eric Charamella did not have direct knowledge of the July 25th conversation between President Trump and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. It is very possible he learned about the call from NSC Director of European Affairs, Lieutenant Colonel Vindom, who testified last week before Adam Schiff's House Intelligence Committee. So let's go there. Where are we at here? Let's see. You have number 7. Okay. He filed the whistleblower complaint. All right. We want to hear from him. Yes, we do. And he probably got it from Never Trumper number 23. All right. Full Colonel. Now, there's a reason. I mean, don't play games with the American people and don't try to set an optic that you think we don't catch on. Now, it may just be me and my friends. Maybe my friends are smarter than the average bear out there. But if you go on social media, we all have caught on to the reason why you wore your full uniform with all the medals and everything, because while you wanted the American people to believe that there was no way, Vindom, the colonel, lieutenant colonel, that you could be dishonest. Look at your service to this country. Let's not forget, your parents fled and you grew up with the influence of your parents. Let me tell you something I know very much, okay? I know foreign parents that come from a foreign country and the influence they have on their children that they raise in this country. And let me tell you why I know that. Let me take a break there. Number 23. Now, Vindom comes over here at 3.5 years old. So I don't know his earliest memories, but his mom and dad fled the USSR, Ukrainian, under the Ukraine under Soviet communist dictators, okay? And they fled to the United States. He's 3.5 years old. Now, you're going to say, well, Italy was not at that time. See, I better not go there. But you're going to say Italy at that time was not under Mussolini. Is that who it was? I don't know. But here's where I'm going to go. Although some very good friends of mine, okay, very good friends of mine, were not born in Italy. The father and the mother that were born in Italy, the father felt it was very important for the children to know where they come from. Now, they assimilated. So that's why I don't want to mess this up. This family assimilated, and I know them today, and they are as American apple pie. But the father wanted them to know where they come from and their homeland where he grew up. So he took one kid at a time. He couldn't afford to take the whole entire family. So he planned a trip for one kid, there was 3, at a time when they got to an age. So when a kid got to an age, I don't know, 12, 14 or something, may have been 14, he took the kid to Italy, spent a couple weeks to let this kid come back and understand who grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, who the family is, okay? I've seen it. I know that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But Vindom, 3.5 years old, Ukrainian, raised by Soviet Ukrainian parents. So he gets on there in the motherland. He hears it, and he's a never Trumper in the motherland there, and he runs straight to, that's number 23. He will run straight to number 7, Eric, so he can file the complaint. Now, Eric did not go. We have Eric up on the screen. So you're going to hear a lot of, and I'm going to tell you this, and I feel very strong about this. I know this for a fact. I always have to be cautious when I use the word fact and somebody's watching and they call their attorney as soon as the show's over. I know this for a fact, okay? 99% of politicians are not going to walk right in your office and say, you don't do this and you don't do that, or come meet with me, or have lunch with me and let's write this document together. Most politicians of any power, we'll call it a point man, could be a point woman, but we'll just call it a person of interest that is to the point. So let's say you're a county commissioner, you're a city mayor in a district. Let's just say you're a state something in a district. Let's just say whatever in the United States of America. Each one of these politicians has somebody that when this somebody calls you up, or this somebody just drops by and you hear in the front office, you get a buzz and say, hey, so-and-so stopped by to say hello. And they come in and they sit in a chair and they talk to you. You're aware of where you're getting your message from. Exactly. You're aware. This is where I'm getting my message from, right? Exactly. It happens. So do I believe that Eric Ciaramella directly met with Adam Schiff? I'm not for sure that happened, okay? I believe there was a contact from a person, a point person to Adam Schiff said, hey, we have a whistleblower. We're ready to go. We want to run it through you and lay it. We want to run this through you. And Schiff says, okay, I'm going to send so-and-so. So Schiff goes out and says, look, I want you to meet with the point man. I want you to call this guy. He says he has something. I have no idea what he's talking about. Guy calls point man. Point man puts the two together. Point man writes the complaint. Carmella turns it in. Schiff acts like I've never seen him, never heard him, and I don't know nothing about it. All lies. All lies. Happens every single day in America. Every single day in America. Okay? Hey, Mr. Commissioner so-and-so or Mayor so-and-so, if you remember this candidate on election day, this candidate will remember you when he gets in office. You'll have a friend in office every day, 7 days a week. Quid pro quo. Oh, my God. All right, so he has posted to the NSC in the White House West Wing in the mid-2017 and left amid concerns about negative leaking to the media. He has since returned to CIA headquarters in Langley. And who would that be? Okay. EC contacted at least of one of Schiff's members prior to filing the complaint. Remember, there's a point man. Two of EC's colleagues, this is the whistleblower, from NSC were hired by Adam Schiff this year, one of whom is Sean Misko, was hired in August. Point man. Okay? So all put in place. Hey, I got a guy coming over to get a job. That's all they got to say. EC worked with hyper-partisan Ukrainian American lawyer and activist, another one, Alexandria Chalupa, I think his name's Chalupa, in 2016 to dig up dirt on Trump. Chalupa's name will become very familiar. Now remember that and look it up. Will become very familiar as the scandal unravels. The pro-Hillary Chalupa and former DNC contractor has worked in the Clinton administration and has held various staff positions for Democrat lawmakers. Sperry wrote, documents, this is from Red State, documents confirm the November 25th, she visited the White House with a number of Ukrainian officials lobbying the Obama administration for aid for Ukraine. Biden's office invited Ciaramella, now listen to this is the whistleblower, this is Biden. Biden's office invited Ciaramella to an October 2016 state lunch the vice president hosted for the Italian prime minister. List goes on. Let's see what we have here. Okay. I can't go in full detail on this article. I would just wish you would read this article for a number of reasons, and I'll tell you where it's at. It's Zero Hedge, and at Brennan, a spy. And let me tell you something. Let me go with this because I've got to get out at 9:50, and I want to go with some of my notes for the weekend and my pictures. But number 7, Eric Ciaramella, whistleblower. Okay. Number 23, Vindham, Never Trumper, Democrat, tied to the whistleblower. Number 2, John Brennan. Number 2, John Brennan. These are spies, and he is a spy, and he had a spy in the White House. And this is going to go right to number 3, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. Peter Strzok, former senior FBI investigator, interrogator, Peter Strzok. Oh, yes. And Lisa Page. And they like to alter 302. She is an FBI attorney, former FBI attorney. And it's all going to come together because number 8, John Durham and William Barr are going to bring this to a head. Okay? So go look that up. Don't stop researching. And I'm going to take a brief break, and we're going to come right back and run through pictures. I'm going to take a brief break. Sorry, things froze up earlier, but we'll be right back after this brief message. And then we're going to run through our daily pictures, and we got a couple more things we want to share with you.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We have to get out of here at 9:50 every Monday for Lauren Hunter. Lauren Hunter is, she has instant replay every Monday morning at 10:10 on Team FYN Sports. Lauren Hunter, instant replay. Now, that being said, there's a couple quick stories I want to do, and this one first, okay? Let me go here, and I'm going to one at a time here. Destiny, you've done an outstanding job, 900 miles away, 850 miles away. So let me do this. I'm running through some pictures here, and I'm going to find some and let you know where I want to be. Hold on just a second. I will get there. Number 20, Beto O'Rourke drops out of 2020 presidential race. I do know through research that several of the Republican candidates in 2016 dropped out after debates, but just seems to me there's so many of these candidates that are dropping out before they ever get to the first vote. There's not even a vote cast, and these guys are dropping out left and right. Something with Beto O'Rourke on the screen, Francis, go back and look at all the polling data. Go back and look at how the media tried to present this in a way the American people can understand it. That's big. Beto O'Rourke, Francis, the media tried to present him in Texas, him in the U.S., him in a way that you would understand it. Got it? Somehow it didn't catch on. Go back and check the polling data on him. He is out. Okay, I thought he was in it to win it. Now, this is the one right here. Number 21, the making of a gay president. The making of a gay president, point blank. Buttigieg walks back, claim that he and Warren are in a two-way race. So he wants you to, he threw something out and he's trying to bring it back now. Joe and Bernie are irrelevant. It's him and Warren. But this is the making of a gay candidate. They're working hard, okay? May not get through everything. I got some more. Leave him up there. I'll tell you why I want him to be up there in just a second. Maybe I have some more stuff I want to show you. All right, let's see. Definitely have some things I want you to go research today. The making of a gay candidate. Now, number 45. 3 weeks ago, a month ago, 2.5 weeks ago, before the media, before any media really grabbed this, I did a full segment on You Want Me to Believe. I read the article. You want me to believe that Black Americans, elderly Black Americans, Democrats in South Carolina are racing to vote for Pete Buttigieg? No, they're not going to. Why? Because whether you like it or not, they're not prepared. Democrat, no Democrat, they're not prepared for a gay president, the black vote in America. Now, where I say this that could upset some, the Black Democrats that want the free stuff, the Black voters in America that say, hey, I got a whole list of Democrats that are ready to give me free stuff. I sure as heck don't have to go out and vote for a gay one. I make you upset. Not. Clyburn, Buttigieg's sexuality an issue for Blacks. And we read the article to you. Did I actually get that put up? I didn't know. Number 45, okay? 45. Number 47, Clyburn, Buttigieg's sexuality an issue for Blacks. Congressman calls it generational issue for older African Americans. I told you all along. There is the making of a gay president, okay? Now, he is young enough that if he does not get through this time, they've got next with this young guy. And they're working on it. That's one thing I wanted to make sure we talked about. Let me get one here. I think I had, let me go back. I'm sorry, folks. There was one other I wanted to look at because this lady is out. She finally put out her plan, right? Do I have an Elizabeth Warren picture anywhere this morning? Thought I did. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have one. I thought I had Elizabeth Warren picture out this morning, and it doesn't look as though I do. But Elizabeth Warren has put out her plan for Medicare for All, and it's going to be in the trillions. Trillions. And it's pay your fair share and the 1%, the top 1%. Now, Yang, which believes in a universal income where we all get $1,000 every month, adjusted for inflation. Yang has said very clearly that he has said very clearly that through automation and everything, what's going to happen, we have to have this universal income. And he talks about Amazon and not paying their fair share. The 1%. She wants to lead you to believe that she is going to collapse every major corporation in this country. Now, I'm not going to get into fair share and what that means. And should Amazon pay taxes? Yes, they should pay taxes. But when you have a politician out there talking about $1 trillion program, trillions of dollars, that's pretty big. And she is out. Democrats do not have a candidate. So let's go quickly again, one more time. Let's go through our pictures of the morning because we've got 10 minutes. And as you can see, I always like to show what I call the communist from Fox News, number 70, Chris Wallace. And they have their Fox News Democracy 2020. They even have ads that they're putting out. Yes, Fox is going to run ads about how they are going to lead the way in this next election, Democracy 2020. Let's see, I want to get to, give me Give me number 65. This is Buttigieg, the mayor candidate. The impeachment process is based on a constitutional standard and needs to run its course accordingly. I will say that there would be a lot of benefit to Trump and Trumpism getting a resounding, thumping defeat at the ballot box, because I think that is what will require for congressional Republicans to be reunited with their conscience. So Republicans that are not going to go the distance and come out against Trump, when you get thumped at the ballot box, then you will get back in line with the deep state if you got out. Number 64, concerns about the phone call. We talked about the impeach and remove. We'll do a couple more of those in just a minute. Number 54, timeline for military aid to Ukraine. On September 9th, Inspector General informed House Intel Committee of whistleblower complaint. 9th. On September 11th, aid released. Now, whether it happened or not, or whatever the timeline, they want you to believe that everything was on hold on the 9th. And on the 11th, if you read this and you look at it, that somebody picked up a phone and said, my God, we better release that money immediately. Get it done. Go right this minute and do the wire transfer. Didn't happen like that, but this is the way they would lead you to believe. And don't forget, Barack Obama sent Ukraine bullets and blankets. And we have actually sent real weapons they needed. Some call the guy a never Trumper. Number 53, Brett Baer, anchor a special report. He happened to make it on Chris Wallace's show yesterday, one of the never Trumpers. Number 52, witnesses refuse to testify. I'd like you to look at the bylines on these here. Go pass up that one. Let's go with a Fox poll, number 50. Democrat candidate Joe Biden 51, Trump 39. This is a Fox News poll. These polls are not true, folks. They're not true and they're not accurate. And I'm not just yelling that. I know they're not. Bernie 49, 41, Elizabeth Buttigieg, the making of a gay president, is tied with Trump. Oh, Hillary beats him. Number 49, CNN, Biden tops polls. I love the graphics. When I say I love the graphics, all of these networks build different graphics to lead into a story. CNN's over the top. They got noise, music. They got things swirling. They go boom in your face. Number 48, impeachment of Donald J. Trump. At 4 a.m. in the morning, you can see that. 4 a.m. in Eastern time, the very first logo on the screen, impeachment of Donald J. Trump. Number 46, Biden and Sanders attack Warren's plan. Okay, there she is, number 44. I thought I had a picture of Elizabeth. Biden and Sanders attack Warren's plan. Warren has released this mega trillion plan that she cannot pay for. And the only way she can pay for it is come out of your pocket. Here's CNN, number 43 on their polling. Joe Biden is at 28, Warren's at 23, and Bernie 17, and Buttigieg drops to 9. Why is Buttigieg still in choice for 2020 Democrat nominee among Dems and Dems-leaning voters? All right. Fox News poll puts Vice President 10 points ahead of Warren. Why do they keep releasing these, and why is Buttigieg such a threat as they're trying to create if he never can get out into double digits? Because he has plenty of the gay brigade money. I told you he's got plenty of that gay brigade money and he's using it at the right time. Give me number 42. Margin of error. Okay, here's another one. Pete's at 6. Here's another one. This is a Fox News poll, number 41, as you can see at the top. Pete's at 7. Oh, Kamala is out, almost out, and she's down to 3. Go back to 41, and it's because of her color and she's a woman and she's Black, African American, whatever she is, Jamaican. Number 39, Trump. Whistleblower should be revealed. President says, I probably would call the report fraud. Okay. Let's go to a couple tweets. Number 36. Number 36, false stories are being reported that a few Republican senators are saying that President Trump may have done a quid pro quo, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with that. It is not an impeachable event. Perhaps so, but read the transcript. There is no quid pro quo. Here's some more polling data that MSNBC wanted to put out first thing this morning, 5 a.m. Number 35, should the president be impeached and removed? NBC, 49% say yes. It's up 6. We're getting there wherever we want to go. Let's go with number 33. Should President Trump be impeached and removed from office? The Washington Post, 49% yes. Here's a Fox News, MSNBC. You know they're in cahoots when they're all using the other network's data, knowing there was a time in the past that they would not even substantiate the data, put their name, they wouldn't put their logo on their screen, let alone work together. Number 32, Fox News. I told you this one early, 52%. It's an important issue. Number 31, Trump, 31. Trump dismisses new polls showing almost half of Americans support impeachment. Number 29, if Shifty Adam Schiff, who is a corrupt politician who fraudulently made up what I said on the call, is allowed to release transcripts of the Never Trumpers and others that were interviewed, he will change the words that were said to suit the Dems' purpose, Republicans. He will alter them. 302s, will Adam Schiff alter those depositions? Number 28, the whistleblower got it so wrong that he must come forward. The fake news media knows who he is, but being an arm of the Democrat Party, don't want to reveal him because there would be hell to pay. Reveal the whistleblower and end the hoax. I got 2 minutes, so here's how I want to spend the 2 minutes. First of all, remember, number 15. Number 15, black unemployment hits record low. Remember that? Dropped to 5.4. Number 14, economists hail October surprise as jobs growth beat expectations in light of General Motors being on strike. Number 9, U.S. adds 128,000 jobs in October, beating expectations. And don't forget, this guy, number 23, go to 23, Vindom, and then let's go to number 1, 23 to 1. LTC Lieutenant Colonel Jim Hickman verbally reprimanded him for his actions, and I'll leave it at that, so as not to be unprofessional myself. The bottom line is Lieutenant Colonel Vindom was a partisan Democrat at least as far back as 2012, so much as junior officers and soldiers felt uncomfortable around him. This is what? You'll see. And don't forget, tomorrow's election day, okay? Election day. And we are going to start at noon today on our Facebook page, Fetcher News Facebook page, with 3 interviews we did. We have posted 3 interviews that are going to run on FetcherNews.com Facebook page at 12 o'clock. And there's number 10, Al Cash, candidate. Number 11, Jerry Tuso. And number 12, Jason Biggs. Hubert Parker chose not to interview, and Dr. Ed Stover never returned a phone call. This is for post 1 commissioner in Gilmer County to fill the term of post 1 resigned Commissioner Dallas Miller. I'm your host, BKP. Don't go away. Come back to Team FYN Sports, because she's going to be talking about the Mountain Football League Super Bowl that's coming up this coming Saturday. And the teams are set, and we know who's going to be in it. And we're going to be there, Team FYN Sports. That's Lauren Hunter, 1010 on Team FYN Sports Facebook page with instant replay. I'm out. I'll see you Wednesday morning. Don't forget, special tomorrow morning with Rick and Bruce in the studio. Take us out of here.